Yeah, we're looking forward to welcoming Coach Hodgson and Arkansas State in here. It's been 8 years with Bryan, really good 8 years. He was instrumental in us being successful at Buffalo and then us being ultra successful here. So happy to welcome him back. The 3 assistants, he's the only one that ended up working out that we could play here, but I'm happy he's coming. They look a lot like us. They're trying to do things like we do. They're going to try to play fast. So the scouts, not that difficult in one regard, in that they're going to run stuff that we know because it's similar to us, but we think our stuff's hard to guard. So in another regard, it is difficult because we're going to have to guard a team that's going to play fast and tag nonstop, try to spread you out. So we've been talking about defense, and it really has not improved a ton. I will say this: last game, if you look at our first half numbers, they were pretty good. Our second half numbers were not good at all. So, we got to figure out how to play defense when we're a little more tired. I got to figure out how to maybe make sure our guys aren't as tired in the second half. Maybe it's playing a few guys a couple minutes less. Maybe it's whatever it is, but we got to figure out how to be as good in the second half as we were in the first half. If we can do that, we're on pace to be a pretty good defense again. So, and we got to, do things better defensively too. So that's been our point of emphasis in today's practice, and will be in the next 2 practices leading up to Monday's game. So,
start on the right here, Charlie.
Yeah, Coach, I've got 2. You mentioned how you tried to get all 3 former assistants on the schedule. Just how did it come about getting Bryan and Arkansas State on it?
Yeah, I mean, Adam does our scheduling. I think we had Petway done, and then the date didn't work for either of us. I don't know if Charlie, I don't think we ever got down the road too far with him, to be honest with you. But yeah, Bryan really wanted to come back, and I don't really want to play him because I don't want to, they're good friends, but then you do want to play him because they're good friends and you can kind of give each other your point of view. They're scouting, they've done scouting with me for that many years now. They can kind of tell me what they're seeing as they scout for us. So I think the dates worked out, and it's a priority for Bryan to make it, and I'm following all 3 of them. I looked at the in their league, in the Sun Belt, I think Bryan and Charlie are the only 2 that aren't playing in non-Division I. So they're following our scheduling model of playing tough teams. Bryan's gone on the road, got bought. Charlie, same thing. They obviously you're going to get some wins and get their teams going, but at that level, really, the non-conference is just preparing you to get ready for the conference. Like I did it for 4 years at Buffalo. Like, it doesn't matter what your non-conference schedule happens. You got to win the conference tournament, or you're not going to the NCAA tournament. So I took the same scheduling approach. Just schedule tough teams, figure out how good you are, where you need work at, get better at it, get ready to go in conference play, and we won 3 out of 4 conference tournaments when I was at Buffalo. So fortunate to make the tournament 3 times. So I think that's what those guys are doing on their own.
And then quickly, I just want to ask about Nick Pringle, if you had an update on where things stand with him.
Yeah, he's suspended indefinitely for right now, just for kind of detrimental to the team. Nothing serious off court or anything, just with in-house, just standard that we want our guys to uphold, and he wasn't upholding it, and I still love Nick. I think hopefully he get himself figured out and be back with the team shortly.
Nick, Kelly.
Yeah, I mean, how much with these former assistants, obviously you were all busy during the season, but how much have you communicated in terms of, as they're leading a program for the first time, to be able to help them out and have that open line of communication?
I mean, I've talked to all of them multiple times. I don't want to meddle too much. Like, if they want my opinion, certainly give it to them if they ask questions, but they all got to lead their own programs, put their own personality into it, and they're all at different places. They took over programs in different spots. It's different, but you know, I definitely have talked to them all multiple times throughout the year, and I watched Charlie Petway play each other. That was a good way to watch both teams play. It was a little nerve-wracking because, you know, kind of feel for both of them. We spent a lot of time with both of them. So, but no, I talked to Bryan going into this. He said the good thing for you guys is you have us come to town. And I said, well, first team to 100 wins. It looks like they've had some offensive output games. They've scored over 100 a couple times, I think. If you look at their exhibitions too. But so he's you know, they're playing fast, playing open. Their offense has been flowing. So we'll see how it goes. It'll be watching, like, you know, we should have better talent being in Alabama versus Arkansas State, but it'll be similar styles of play when they come in here.
Blake?
You mentioned potentially getting some different players involved. Have you given any thought to burning the red shirt on Chris Parker and give him any time?
You know what? When we initially talked about the red shirt, we told them we wouldn't waste it, just putting them in, just kind of to experiment. I wish basketball had the deal like football does, where they could play a percentage of games and still have their red shirt. Like, I don't know why the NCAA would decide to do that for one sport, not for the rest of them, because it would be nice to be able to give a kid an opportunity like that and still not burn up his red shirt year. Right now, it's like if you're playing 1 second, his red shirt year's gone, and I don't think that's fair to him. So he's definitely getting better in practice for sure. At things we wanted, you'd have to be able to play significant minutes, in my opinion, to burn the red shirt year up, which is kind of what we talked about when we initially put him on it.
Tony?
When you lose 2 games out of 3 in the last, you know, do you like the long layoff because it allows you to, you know, maybe fix some things, or does it kind of irk you because you have to sit with that loss?
I mean, there's pros and cons to it. It's, you know, I told our guys after we lost to Ohio State, the good thing about basketball is you get to play right away again. Football, you lose, you got a week to stew over it. You know, basketball, in this case, you lose, you get to play again the next day. Let's go play hard and race it. In that case, it was good. Now, we lose to Clemson, we do have a week to stew over it. So, on this one, honestly, when you lose 2 or 3 and you got to get some work done, it's not the worst to have a week off to get some work done. So, you know, I'm not the kind of guy who makes them come in at 5 a.m. and all that to law. No, like, there's stuff we got to work on. We got a great group of guys. They want to get better. They acknowledge the fact that we got to get better on defense. Let's just come in. Let's work on it. Let's put together a plan to get better at the things we got to get better at. Let's work at it. So I think this time, with a week off, after losing 2 or 3, like, we've got a week to work on some stuff that we got exposed in those 3 high major games.
Anyone else? Tony?
With Kringle being out, how big is Sam going to be stepping up off the bench?
Yeah, all the guys off the bench are going to get a little bit better chance now. You know, like, I think he played 21 minutes last game, so it was, you know, if he can't get back by Monday, those are 21 minutes that'll get distributed. I think Milwaukee will get some. Looking, you know, Sam have a chance to get some more minutes. You know, guys like Davin and Mo Diabate probably get a chance to get some minutes. They both had good practices here lately, so yeah, I think everybody will have a chance to get some more minutes, and we'll see how they do with the initial minutes they get, to see how many more minutes they get throughout the game.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.